said, the Xbox, look at what you have done. Look at the layoffs. Just look as to what's gone. I said, the Xbox, look as to what's done. Look at the layoffs. Just look as to what's gone. I said, the Xbox, look as to what's done. Look at the layoffs. Just look at the Xbox.
The craziest part of this is that I keep seeing all these comments and discussions and stuff saying Dreamcast guy was right all along. And I have to admit
Bro, you got one comment from Colt Eastwood, which is nothing but a fanboy in the Xbox. And now this man think, oh, it's solidified. Who the hell is Colt Eastwood? You think anybody gives a damn what this man got to say? But matter of fact, hold on. You know, what about playing them PlayStation 5 games on that, that PC app that you people trying so hard to avoid? So much for them exclusives, huh, Dreamcast guy? You know that's coming to the next Xbox, which means that you guys ain't got no more exclusives. But of course, Xbox is dead for the 20th time, like 20,000th time of this channel. Bro, if this company was so dead, then why do you continue to talk about them?
I'm sort of taken aback by this because I have been covering a lot of the slow death of Xbox, but to me it's always been painfully obvious. This big gamble. Microsoft's idea was instead of trying to sell you a $60 game or a $70 game, they would just get 20 million, 30 million, 100 million people to sign up for Xbox Game Pass. That instead of getting these big bursts of money, their idea was to do that subscription-based model.
Yeah, which is what you guys don't agree with, but you can't even go as far to say that because you guys do the same thing on PlayStation. How do you think PlayStation is getting the vast majority of its money? Ding, 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 ding. Good answer, Carl. PlayStation Plus and Premium. That's where the majority of the money, because they're not getting it from Stellar Blade. They're not getting for all these other timed exclusive games that they got dropping on the platform. You people understand this already. It's the pay-to-play Call of Duty Online. That's exactly where they're getting their money from.
Selling you a movie ticket, they're trying to sell you a Netflix subscription.
And Dreamcast guys out here selling you a Wolf ticket, claiming that Xbox is dead for the 20,000th time already, man. Listen, bro. I mean, at this point, man, even after Microsoft confirmed that they got a new console coming out, and you said that the PlayStation 6 might possibly be the last generation, then what are you blabbering about? Like, Sarah Bond literally confirmed that there's a new Xbox console coming out, and you people still doing this garbage. It makes no sense to me.
Signaling to the management, we're about to send out a ton of pink slips. A bunch of people a bunch of studios are about to be closed and shut. So a lot of people are like, okay, do I keep working? Do I start packing my desk?
Well, guess what? This happens in the fast food industry all the time, and guess what? McDonald's is still thriving. You know, how about you guys make videos about the 10,000 employees that got fired at McDonald's every month? Nobody cares, bro. At the end of the day, the games are still coming. You think I really care? Now, I'm not trying to sound heartless in any of this. All I'm saying, I'm trying to be realistic. How many people go out there and go get a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken and say, oh, 10,000 employees or however how many got fired out of this place? No, you guys just go continue to get your Kentucky Fried Chicken. Ain't nobody be thinking about this. Y'all out here talking about, like, this is what I don't like about this whole console war stuff that you do, is the fact that you guys use these type of things to console war. What about the games? What happened to the days when Xbox had Gears of War and one had Resistance and Killzone and Halo? Like, what happened to those days? You know, I mean, to me, I never cared about it, but that to me seems more like a war than people arguing that people laying out employees. Well, guess what, Dreamcast guy? This is happening in every single business. This is nothing special. This is nothing new. I guess I gotta cancel my order of Kentucky Fried Chicken because they laid off some employees that used to make my chicken the way I used to like it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna create a boycott.
With positive stuff. Now, he is taking this as the fact that games are getting too expensive. And I do think this is part of it. Game executives are getting paid too much. Companies have hundreds and hundreds.
But they need money. It is what it is, man. You guys want to keep complaining about, oh, we buy our physical media. We got a grown man system. We stand behind and we back. And then y'all complaining about prices. $70, $80 games. This is a reflection of that. You think companies are going to afford to keep continuing to make games for you? This is why I keep saying that the gaming community is entitled. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that we as consumers, because we shouldn't care about this in the first place, should fight back against that and say, no, this is unacceptable. But it's also going to show that why make AAA games if all it is a gamble? This is why we kept telling you, this is a industry problem. This is not an Xbox, right? This is a Nintendo. Well, Nintendo haven't got to that point yet, but this is because they're still doing low-end hardware. But with Microsoft and Sony, this is a huge problem because there's not enough people. This is why when I tell you guys that gaming is not growing, this is the reason for it. Because if gaming was growing as an industry, they would still be able to continue to make the same amount of money like they did with the 1 to 2 million. Gaming back then, that could be a success because the games didn't cost that much to make. But now you fast forward to 2025 going forward, games are like what? 100 million, 200, 300, 400, $500 million. I mean, GTA is probably going to have a $1 billion or even higher budget for their game, but that game is a guaranteed success just off the name alone. But I'm saying, what company would be smart enough to put all this money into a project and put all their faith into the gamers to hopefully buy it? Especially when you got free-to-play games where people can just play it for free and then just buy it based off whatever skin they like. We're in dangerous territories. This is why they talk about we need to do AA games again. Wow. It seems like the gaming community, they didn't think this through all the way. They didn't.
And hundreds of employees, that bulk undeniably is becoming an issue. But I honestly think, from my own reporting, from the people I've talked to, the big problem is how much Xbox is attempting to move away from the Xbox hardware. A lot of people kind of forget this, but the main thing that makes money for PlayStation, for Steam, for the Nintendo Switch, isn't the first-party stuff, it's the third-party stuff.
What are you talking about? The Switch 2 is making more money off first-party than their third-party offering. What are you talking about? I don't even know how you threw Nintendo even to this equation. Maybe for the Switch 1, I think it was hitting in all regards, but not for Nintendo. What are you talking about? Nintendo's the only company that I know that's making money off their first-party software. Let me hear this again.
I forget this, but the main thing that makes money for PlayStation, for Steam, for the Nintendo Switch isn't the first-party stuff. It's the
but why? Okay, so then why do you act like people picked up the PS5 for exclusives? Games still want another W. Now y'all don't want to run with that narrative no more. Oh, so that narrative's gone, right? Oh, nobody picks up PS5 for exclusives? Because that's what you told us.
Third-party stuff.
Games still want another W.
Everything that gets bought, every game, every pre-order, every microtransaction that's bought on your Xbox or your PlayStation or Steam, they get a 30% cut.
Yep, and that's why Sony's been lazy, saying, hey, you know what, Microsoft, you want to come in here, popularize your games on our platform, they want to pay us online to play your Gears of War, we don't care. We're going to enjoy our 30% in the corner. That's why Sony hasn't done nothing. Now y'all like, oh, snap, GameStop, you're right. That's why they're just sitting here and letting everybody else do everything, because what does PlayStation have to do? This is why, to me, PlayStation 5 or PlayStation in general will never be the same anymore. Because now all they got to do is make money off third party. So we're going to start seeing less and less first-party games from Sony, which to me is actually quite sad because I actually was a huge fan to some of their projects. But now we might not barely see anything.
Spend $100 on V-Bucks and Fortnite, right off the top, PlayStation gets $30. That's how PlayStation has admitted that this has been their most profitable generation of all time. They've already made something crazy like $68 billion just pretty much off third-party stuff on the...
See? Ain't none of this was first-party. I told y'all this from the beginning. When y'all kept running around with the exclusive narrative, now we're starting to find out that the PlayStation ponies can no longer hide the truth no more. So how is your PlayStation 5 better than an Xbox out here bragging about games that people even in your own community don't even want to buy? It makes no sense to me. You people need to cut this console war crap off because as far as I'm concerned, y'all all playing the same games. Back in the days, it was different. You was playing Resistance. You was playing Killzone. Well, they didn't because that's why the games failed. But they were playing the Halo and the Gears of War. There were still games. There were things that we could all benefit as consumers. We are getting Call of Duty there, Call of Duty here, NBA 2K there, NBA 2K, Grand Theft Auto there, I mean, at this point, you're only buying a console because of a controller now. At this point, Because you guys can't explain to me what real differences that the PS5 and the Xbox Series X have. It's the same hardware, the same architecture. That's why both games can run off each other. Bro, this generation was an utter joke.
PlayStation 5. Xbox has been trying to do this thing where they're trying to step back and see, okay, what if we just start putting everything on PC? What if we just start putting Game Pass on PC? What if we just start throwing everything everywhere?
I think it
But
works.
the problem is that...
let's hear the problem.
The Xbox ecosystem was built to have that third-party profit, and that just doesn't exist. Nope.
What? So you don't think Microsoft's making the 30% off the third part? You don't think Microsoft's... Okay. So only Sony can do. Only Sony and Nintendo's do, but Microsoft, that logic don't apply to them. And then you guys wonder as to why I call people fanboys. It's because you're not consistent with what you're saying. So if Sony's making 30% off Xbox or whoever for the games that are on their ecosystem, that same logic could also apply to Xbox. Okay.
Nobody is buying any games on Xbox at all.
They don't need to. They're not even buying games on PlayStation. They bought Stellar Blade on PC. Helldivers 2 on PC. Tell me what game y'all buying on PlayStation. Besides Xbox games. Because they definitely ain't first party. Oh, we're going to dish. Okay, Kojima game. We'll see how well Ghost of Yotei does. It's an established franchise from Ghost of Tsushima. That's it? That's it? Baby steps. Oh, okay. I forgot that one.
Which means that they are purely reliant on only Game Pass sales.
That's not true. What are you talking about? Matter of fact, Microsoft be paying the third party to drop the game specifically on the Game Pass. They getting a check. Microsoft is getting a check through Game Pass. And why does it matter? You know what's funny? I find it so funny that the games that don't cost nothing to play are the ones that are single-handedly whooping y'all asses. Fortnite, Apex, all these free-to-plays is the games that people are playing. So you're going to go as far to say that because nobody bought Fortnite, that game is not more popular than any other game that's on your platform? What's destroying gaming is free-to-plays. That is what's destroying it. That's what Microsoft said. Hold on. They got some high-quality free game. I knew this was going to happen when Warframe came out on the Xbox One and PS4, and I had friends telling me, hey, man, this is a good free game. I don't have to buy anything. I remember telling people, I was like, oh, that is not good for the industry. And now look at it. Fast forward it to that right now, look what happened. Everybody's playing free-to-plays. And we cannot argue that some of these free-to-plays don't have a solid quality to them. Genshin Impact, Fortnite, Roblox is questionable, but some people do enjoy it. I'm just saying, that is where the vast majority of your gamers are on. Okay? So you're going as far to say, oh, nobody buys games on Xbox, but nobody's buying games on PlayStation. Didn't you hear what Square said? We didn't make enough money off y'all. We got to put these games on PC and Xbox.
Only. Nobody is buying any Xbox games. Nobody is buying any games on Xbox.
But people buying Xbox are sure definitely buying Game Pass Ultimate. That's more than what you guys are doing for exclusives.
For the most part, at least not to a significant profitable degree. And it's weird to think about the fact that even when you see a good Xbox headline, hey, people love Oblivion.
Oh, I'll make sure I show you guys a real good one after this.
It's clearly not counteracting the massive hole they've dug themselves into. Just last year, they laid off 2,700...
Now, I'm not even going to go into this because Sony's done it. They all have done it. Like I said, I don't care about all this. If the game's still rolling out, that's all I'm looking. I'm looking at it from the games. I don't care if Microsoft, Sony, and I don't care. I'm looking at it as to what I'm benefiting. That's what consumers need to do. Y'all so caught up in the business perspective, talking about, if it was me, I know how to run Sony. No, you wouldn't, bro. Bro, you living with roommates. What are you talking about? I had somebody tell me, Dreamcast guy, he would be better for Microsoft. Microsoft would be in shambles. Because you fanboys don't know nothing about business. Mr. Keep AC on low, gonna run a $1 trillion company is absolutely embarrassing to me. Like, man, you want to talk about finances, worry about your own financial situation at your own home. Or should I say your own bedroom?
The cinematic experience. That's a lot. It's going to be the PlayStation 5 and it's going to be 60 FPS. The Xbox audience is constantly just gaslit.
Yep, we're so gaslit. You know, That's exactly what it
This
is.
is the best we can do. This is the best you can
You're
do.
right.
This is all you're going to get.
You're right.
I think that in the entirety of
He is right.
console war discussions,
Oh, here we go with that.
the reason the Xbox lost isn't because the Xbox is
Matter of fact, speaking of losses, I got some additional losses for you right now. Hold on.
Is
What's
as easy
this?
as going into the game and
What's this?
play.
What's
When
this?
you open with Steam,
What's this?
As if you launched it
Oh!
directly from Steam.
It's an exclusive. It's an exclusive.
With a Windows gaming experience, especially on handheld.
Oh, it shouldn't. It shouldn't run.
Also,
It's an exclusive.
full screen Xbox
Microsoft cheated.
experience later this year.
They cheated.
If you don't want to see a variety of pieces
No!
in this Xbox app,
I know. This is cheating.
you can also disable this integration.
No. This can't be coming to the next Xbox. This can't. It can't be. It's impossible. That's Spider-Man on the Xbox OS. This can't be. The new Xbox can't. It can't do this. This can't be. No. Say it ain't so. Oh no. Oh, my precious PlayStation 5 exclusives. I can't believe it. I just put them a PlayStation exclusive for my hand. Why you trolling back? I'm trying. I don't know why it's happening to me. Why? I'm playing PlayStation 5 can't do AirPod launcher. It's in beta. They're already working on it, Jimmy. I can't believe it. My heart. I'm hurt. They're going to be better on the AirPod handheld. The next is going to be on their console. What's the point of a PlayStation now? You know what I'm saying? They're launching on these games. Xbox, they cheated. Y'all cheated. That's what you done. You cheated. It ain't no console. It's a PC. All because it blamed my Sony. All because it blamed my Sony. It's a PC only. Yo, y'all need to calm down, man. Just shut up, play your games, and that's all I could ask, man. All this console war crap that y'all doing is stupid, bro. Right? Play your games, wherever platform you want to play on, whatever's comfortable for you, and that is it, man. End it. It's done. Nobody cares, bro. Do what you want. So what? Hopefully, guys enjoyed this video, man. But I find it so funny that PlayStation fans talk about Xbox layoffs, but they ain't talking about this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, take care.